Okay, I'm not sure how much you heard because the camera just died, and by the time I saw it died, I was like, "How long has it even been dead for?" But so I just figured some shit out. So I think the fucking someone just fucked with the fucking technology stuff. Give me okay. So anyway, here's the thing. TSD did not send Blonde Girl to stalk me with Poodle Girl's kid or whatever, that the kid who is connected to Poodle Girl vicariously through the dog. It was Dance Girl who sent her. TSD is a pervert faggot, and he does think that anyone who goes near his daughter deserves to be sex trafficked using his daughter. And so I was like, why would TSD try and kill me for going on the trails, but he'd send his daughter to fucking stalk me? Well, it's because Dance Girl's family sent her to say it was Poodle Girl who had you sodomized. That's the closest, that's my theory. Who knows? Alexa, second light white. Okay, that's the best I can come up with from what this means. So Louise had my bike stolen. Poodle Girl family had my fucking ass stolen. Who knows what they did? You know, probably some stuff that's really horrifying. That really made me upset that Dance Girl didn't support me. You know, that's like because if you have your family behind you, you can do anything. You know, even if you get destroyed, it doesn't matter. But, you know, to not have support, that's really tough. So, yes, if I do go on the trails, TSD is going to kill me. But it might not be, but then again, why was Blonde Girl scared? Why did she walk way around? I don't know if you heard this part, but Blonde Girl walked by me on Franklin Street at night wearing a blue coat, I think. Yeah, blue coat. And she had TW with her, and she's crying and she's touching her face, which was a reference to a video that I made about how the gang stalkers touch their face. And she was walking way around me like I was going to try and get her. And I was like, why would you do that? You know, like, why would you stop? Clearly you're mentally ill if you would, you know, role play and actually believe your own role playing. Like, clearly if I wanted to harm you, I could. And you're putting yourself in jeopardy, and but you're not actually in jeopardy. You know you're not actually in jeopardy. You're just doing some kind of role playing. Otherwise you wouldn't be near me in the first place. And then I'm like, she's scared because she feels bad, because she feels responsible that she got me sodomized, which she didn't, but she feels like she did because she feels like she's part of it, because she had been sent by TSD to stalk before. And that always confused me. Why would TSD send her to stalk and then say if I go on the trails he's going to kill me? I don't think all those stalking from her and her brother were from Dance Girl. I think it was only from Dance Girl in certain times. And so that would be red hair. He's like, if that was him, he's like, I want to grow up to be like you one day, which meant our dad sucks. You know, we don't approve of what he did. And so I'm like, what did he do? Well, he just blames you. He just tries to kill you for getting raped. And we're sorry that this happened, you know. And Poodle Girl is like so ugly. She's like fucking, she has tits, but she's fat and ugly. And the rest of TSF and Dance Girl's family do not have tits. Her mom kind of does, you know, but certainly Poodle Girl would think she's like Judas, she's educated, Jesus is just a stupid carpenter, he has to betray him because he can't have all these followers. Judas is the way more smart, important one. And Poodle Girl is like, I have like, you know, I have fucking tits. That's what she thinks. I have tits. And there was actually a car. I don't know if it was that white car, that Mitsubishi, but there's a car parked outside of Basketball Net's guy's house that said, the smile is fake, but the tits are real. I'm not sure if it was that same car. It may have been that same car. And that would be really funny if that's Poodle Girl. And that car, I think, is drove down our street really fast, too, like at 70 kilometers an hour. Like, so fast. And I was like, you're going to piss off Joanne. But then I realized Joanne doesn't have class. Unless it wasn't Joanne who put that shit on our yard the other day. And, otherwise I like Joanne still. And so I'm like, so now does Poodle Girl owe me a car? Is that like, because there was this one woman, she drove a black SUV and she tried to mock like she was going to hit me at the mall. She had a ponytail, and I think, is that the same woman who was in the cop car near the Dare factory? I really hate corrupt cops. I'd really like to get them. If I could find out that a female corrupt cop, had TW stalk me and had me sodomized, and then had a blonde girl look-alike to justify having me sodomized, I would fucking have it would be my birthday. It would be my fucking birthday. And so I'm like, well, I can't trust anything the gang stalkers say in a certain sense, but in another sense, my whole family are gang stalkers, and I do trust what people say. You have to kind of read between the lines. And I think when I just want to settle out of court, now they just had a very aggressive white truck drive by that was the same as the day after I got sodomized, which was a very scary time for me. Very extremely scary. Now, was I really sodomized? I can't prove it. I suspect I was, okay? If I wasn't, I'm not saying 100% sure I was, because I woke up and I felt like someone had punched up my asshole, like Mike Tyson fisted my asshole with hard punches. And so I'm like, so clearly someone is upset about this. Clearly someone is sending a threat, and my fucking tablet just messed up, because I'm like, if Blonde Girl was sent by Dance Girl's family, and she's actually walking far around me because she feels guilty that I got sodomized, then Blonde Girl wouldn't truly be afraid of me. And then I could go on the TSD trails. Even if TSD says he's going to kill me, if it's no offense to Blonde Girl, then it wouldn't matter. Because then I'm like, well, but TSD can go ahead and try and kill me. And he can, and go ahead. Go right ahead. And send all the threats you want. But then I'm like, do I even want to go on the TSD trail? Yeah, I like all the trails. Dance Girl Trail is closer. And then Dance Girl went in the afterwards, she went and sat down on the trail with TW and the poodle. And so it's kind of like they were telling me, I feel like they were telling me something. And now combined with this fucking Poodle Girl car that just sat outside with the Mitsubishi, that reminds me, I didn't see what was written on the windshield, but it reminds me of that car that was outside a basketball net guy's house. And Poodle Girl was with basketball net guy at the bridge. So, could there be multiple people sending me messages right now? Multiple handlers? And some are serving up the bad guys on a silver platter. They're like, here's what happened. Here's who did this. And again, I would just be like, it's always the ones you don't expect. And Poodle Girl is like, you guys have no tits, I have bigger tits, therefore I'm more attractive than you. But actually she's less attractive even though she does have tits. And that's why she can't take it. And that's why she's like, now someone's got to die. I'm pretty sure that's what happens. And then you can imagine the ethos of Poodle Girl. Like her dad would be a faggot, her mom would be a whore, and a man, if that's actually her. So her mom had a Spider-Man thing. She had like a black Jeep. If this is her mom, if maybe this is completely wrong, but I'm at the mall and she's a blonde woman with a ponytail, and she's driving a black SUV, and she's like she's like mocking like she's gonna hit me. And then I can't really remember because I was scared of the female cop who was gawking at me for a way too long, for a very inappropriate time. I would have said, can I please have a male officer here? Because this is very inappropriate. And I was scared to look at her. When I looked at her, I could sense how evil she was. It was very scary. When I looked at her, she touched her face and she looked at me like, if you look at me for 1 second longer, I'm going to hurt you. Look at me for 1 second longer, and I'm gonna punish you. And I got scared. I genuinely looked away and I kind of repressed the moment. And I would love to say that to a court. I was so scared of this woman. I can't remember because she fucking terrified me. She was there staring at me for like 5 minutes, like walking down from the fucking car dealership all the way to the first street when you're going from the car dealership to shortstop from the mall. She was just sitting there watching me the whole time. It was so uncomfortable. When I saw it was a woman, I realized she was perverted. And I also realized she had a woman in front of me, walking in front of me, so she could frame it like she was protecting the woman in front of me from me hurting her. And I thought, was that same woman? And would they owe me a car now? Like, as far as I know, I've settled out of court with Louise. Now, is Louise an enemy? I don't know. Like, she walked by the school the last time I went to Rennes. Like, who knows? But I feel like if I went to Rennes now or like just drove by the school, I don't think she'd necessarily go. Like, I'd also been talking about TSD and Louise, and I was like, I hope I see them the next time I'm in their area so I can prove that they're stalking. And then they were there. I don't know if that was like rubbing it in or what the deal was with that. But at first I wasn't that upset when they did that. And then I got really upset because I took it as a threat to Todd. But so it's kind of open-ended, but as far as I can tell, I've settled out of court with Louise. I've settled out of court with Dance Girl. And now that I'm talking about going back on the TSD trail, my thing gets hacked and they send a fucking white truck to say, we'll burn you down, we'll fucking kill you. But then right after, they had another car go by that looked like an innocuous car, which could be a good gang stalker, like a Guardian gang stalker, saying, actually, so my true loyalty would be to Blonde Girl's feelings, that if my being on the trails traumatized her, I would not go on them. So I don't really know what to do, but I can guarantee if Blonde Girl is not traumatized by me being on the trails, I'll certainly go on the trail. And I'll let TSD say, I'm going to kill you now. And I'll say, go ahead, TSD, because I think it's going to backfire on you. And even if it doesn't, I don't care. I've already been terrified. I don't think you ever have. Have you ever been terrified, TSD? I don't think you have. I mean, what's the worst pain? What's the worst thing that's ever happened to you, TSD? Have you ever been winded? Like someone holds you and suplexes you onto the ground so you can't breathe? I'm not trying to threaten you. I'm just saying, have you ever been through like a lot of pain? I wondered if someone hit you with a car. I wondered if I saw you across the street and you had a cane, that someone hit you with a car. I have no idea. Maybe you'd be pretty spicy about that. Maybe pretty angry about that. They sent me a video that looked like someone falling asleep at the wheel who kind of looked like Louise. I heard a hallucination of Louise crying, I'm sorry, I'm way more sorry than you ever know. Like, I never knew how sorry I was until people knocked the wind out of me too. And then I go to the hospital and they fuck me. And then I call the police and they fuck me. And then et cetera, et cetera. And I never knew how big the sorry is for fucking someone to death. Maybe this is just my own fantasies here to make me feel better. But, who knows? And then I'm like, okay, so does Poodle Girl owe me a car? Does her family owe me a car? In which case, is it going to be a Mitsubishi? Hell no, that car is ugly as hell. But what's the point of that Mitsubishi then? And it looks like the one out front of basketball net guy's house. Somehow that car might be evidence that I need. And there's probably police, there's probably powerful people, handlers watching who know what the relevance of that car is. And maybe I just haven't figured it out yet. Now, does it really matter? Like, I think the best thing about sending someone to prison is the fact that they get, I shouldn't say this, the fact that they get branded for life. Would I even want that? Like Poodle Girl's probably a teen. She was driving. She was driving like back when that happened. And I'd be like, would I want her to be like literally have her psychologically destroyed for life? Well, she's pretty fucking mean. Like, imagine like a 16-year-old like sodomizing your wife to death, you know, and you're like, yeah, well, she's just a teen. It's like, dude, you're evil as fuck. Your fucking whole family is evil as fuck. And, you know, try being your own victim. Okay, I gotta get a better song here. So yeah, what am I gonna do about the trails? Already I'm getting threatened just for saying I'm gonna go back on the TSC trail. And I somehow don't think that's on Blonde Girl's behalf. I somehow don't think that's on Blonde Girl's behalf. But someone pretending like it is. I could play it safe. You know, ultimately, I want to go on a walk with Dance Girl. And there's lots of trails too besides the TSD. Like that one goes all the way up to, you know, Zares. And you know how I know it wasn't Zare's girl? Because black people aren't sex offenders. Although she was really gawking at my dick. Oh my God. And anyways, I think because I've seen that white car go really fast down our street, I'm not exactly sure if it was it. It was one of those zippy cars, one of those custom souped up cars. I kind of think it may have been a different one. But I think that white car may have been a reference. I don't think that white car may have been an offering of a gift, that we owe you this gift, but it may have been. Does it really matter? Do I think Poodle Girl is going to buy me a car? Do I think her family is going to buy me a car? Do I think the handlers are saying, yeah, she is, and if she doesn't, you're going to send her to prison. You're going to send her family to prison. That they are going to do that. That you can say, you know what, you're not going to do it, so go ahead and go to prison then, fuck you. You don't want to settle out of court, then we'll settle in court. Like, you actually do owe me monetary value for raping me to death. Like, that's actually how sex work works. And so it's like, you know, they're at least saying, I think that they're at least saying, here, we're going to serve you their heads on a platter, so they at least can't fuck with you more. You at least don't ever have to threaten them and get yourself in trouble. You at least have the whole society aware of who they are and what they've done. And at least that does put a brand on them that prevents them from harming you. And, you know, and then when they're like, we're going to kill you, it's like, okay, you're low class. Like you're not the boss here. You're not even close to the boss. You're so unaware. You think that you're hotter than girls with smaller tits than you just because they have smaller tits than you. And you don't even see that your face matters. The fact that you have a dumpy body matters. Your mom has a dumpy body. Imagine the type of woman, if that's really her, a cop. Like imagine like a female cop, like a gross fucking unlovable cunt with a literal closet homo dad who literally, when a guy comes to their door late at night with his hands in his pockets, like he might be holding something, he says, "It's my daughter's." And then he says, "Wait a second, fuck you." Imagine what kind of man does that. Seriously, like, and then he even goes to the next step and he stalks me with the poodle right after. Like imagine the psychology of someone like that, and imagine the type of kid they'd have. Imagine how fucked up that whole family would be. And it's like, could you even hurt them more? Aren't they already hurting? Aren't they already like deeply failures? Isn't that like heinously fucked to even be them? And there could be no more pain you can add to them because they're already so fucked. And you say, well, they would charge you, they would kill you, and it's like, but I'm not them. I don't have to do that because I'm not even jealous of them. I don't even hate them at all. I hate the fact that Dance Girl would watch me get raped and not say, I'm so sorry this is happening to you. Are you okay? That's the only thing that would bother me. And you know, that's what really bothers Poodle Girl. She's like, no one's saying that to me. No one's like, I just want your support, Poodle Girl, because she's like mean, you know? And even Kayla has a boyfriend. You know, she even lost weight. I was like, good job, Kayla. Like, you know, you can be like, I actually didn't think Kayla was that ugly when she lost weight. You know, because sometimes she's an apple gainer. But fucking, you know, even if you're an ugly girl, you can get a boyfriend who's ugly too, but he can treat you good if you treat him good. But when you're just like a mean piece of shit, And wouldn't you like an ugly boyfriend? Like, wouldn't you like someone equal to you? I don't know. I always think I like the hottest girls alive. And I'm like, that's because you're the hottest guy alive too. If you were uglier, you would like people as hot as you. So you can't, but some people are actually fucked and they think that they just want the hottest people ever. Like, we used to joke about this, me and my friend Travis. There was this girl, Alicia Pagolo. She's like this farm girl, like a complete retard. And, I hit her in the face really hard. I asked her if I could do it for our show. I actually played a cop in that show. I was like, I'm so sorry, your son is dead and he was in an accident. It's really bad. I'm so sorry. And she's like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, you know what? I don't like your attitude. And I literally hit her like so hard in the face. And she's that type of pig where she's like, yeah, you can do it. She's like, I'm a farm girl. Like, I can do it. But we used to talk, like Topher was driving once and she gets out of the car and he just drives away as she's getting out and the door slams by the momentum of the car driving forward. And Topher one time, she comes over, we're all hanging out, and Topher just literally pulls his dick out and he's looking at her and he just jacks off and comes while looking at her. He's like, you fucking disgusting pig. Like, look at your fucking disgusting tits. And he literally just comes all over, like just in front of everyone. And she's like, what? And then we have this friend named Rose who got pregnant on the first time. She was a virgin with this guy named Brandon who would suck his own dick. And Rose, she never drank in her whole life. And Rose was an idiot. Like, she would come to class wearing like hot little outfits, and we're in a physical class doing like, we had a guy from Cirque du Soleil teaching us. And she wears like an outfit like the Ukraine war cunt at Freshco. And the teacher is like, Rose, you can't wear this. Like, this is completely ridiculous. Like, this is not what we're doing here. And so Rose is giving us a lap dance because she just had one shot of alcohol. And she's like fucking crazy. And this farm girl is like stopping it. She's like, you can't do this. You're taking advantage of Rose. And, well, anyways, what a jealous pig. My God. She was all right, though. I saw her in Kitchener. She was fucking, I don't know what she was doing here. She was working at Subway. She was friends with one of my childhood best friends, too. Funny how things like that work. How did I get on her, though? What is that all about? I don't know. But if Poodle Girl had me raped, that would be... and paid $27,000 for it. I would want a $27,000 car. And I feel like they're not going to give it to me. But I feel like the other gang stalkers will. They'll say, well, at least tell you she did it, and everyone will know. And again, if you're a gang stalker and you're taking your belief from me, I'm only guessing here, okay? Don't let me dox anyone. But would I want Poodle Girl to suffer forever, and her family and her dad and like her mom? No, it's like that thing in Rick and Morty where the dogs take over and they're like, but they would kill us, and like, but we're not them. But they are not us. I don't even have that. Poodle Girl wishes that she had someone to confide in. But she's not even honest. She doesn't even trust herself. So how could you trust other people? I wouldn't, when she had her dog attack me, almost crash me, I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't say she did that on purpose. I'd say I believe she did that on accident. But then that still counts as negligence. That's still a crime. And, on some level, you see how fucked up people are. And on one level, you have no compassion for them. You're listening to Schism by Tool. And there's some line about like disconnecting from your compassion or something. And you see that they're actually fucking you to death. And then on the other hand, you see that they're actually insane. They're actually literally mentally children. And And you're like, what the fuck do I even do? Would I like a car? No, I already have a car. I already have a Mazda 3. I share it with my mom. It's amazing. But, you know, what the fuck is... I'm beyond money. You know that, right? My grandma said that once. She's like, you're beyond it. She's like, I've been hassling you for fucking years to get a job, and I just realized you're beyond it. I'm like, yeah, I know. So is Travis. He's like, they own an oil company. They work at NASA. They're like, they own the machine that prints checks for oil companies. They're so rich. Travis is like, I don't care about money. I'll live in a van. I don't give a fuck. You know, once, like, at a certain point, who gives a fuck? But if you've never proved anything to yourself, you know, you have that sort of mindset where you're like trying to prove something, trying to get some, because money is sex, really. That's really what it is. Travis is a 10. Travis is so gorgeous. Money is sex. And if you can't get sex based on your own sex, based on your own sexiness, then what's your next best move? It's power, it's force, it's coercion. And then you can see these people, like, she's getting off on this. And her family too, you know, fuck her family too. Ultimately, she's a teen, fucking idiot, you know, legally responsible, can drive. But at the same point, it's like, do you remember how stupid you were when you were a teen? No offense to Dance Girl, you know, also when you're a teen, you're smarter, because once you get in your 20s, then you see how fucked the world is. And then you start dying inside, and then you become jaded. So you're still actually more innocent and real. You're actually smarter when you're a teen. You actually get more stupid as you age, for most people. Not everyone, though. There are anomalies, there are exceptions to every rule. Oh yeah, look, it just happened again. Shots fired at WH, whatever that means. It looks like there's just another Trump assassination attempt. What do they do now? They have Trump put on makeup and rub red paint on his face and say it's 30 gunshots have been fired at the White House. The White House is currently on lockdown. So the White House had their own staff fire blank guns at the fucking White House. And they're like, don't make it 33, make it just 30. You know, make them work a little bit for it to wonder what it is. You know, Trump is an honorary Grandmaster Freemason or some shit like that. Oh, you're a president? We'll just give you the honorary status. Yeah, I hate the institution, but I don't hate the individual. Now, what are they going to do next? Aliens? They're going to do space invasion. They're going to do do you know that hantavirus means scam in Israel? I was like, there's no way that they're putting a new virus out without rubbing it in our face. What a fucking joke this is. And sometimes I think, as the gang stalkers, do you understand that this is like a big genocide? Like, you do understand that, right? And are you doing anything about it? Like, do you have special knowledge of what's happening? And are you able to do anything about it? Like, or are literally these, like, Bill Gates people, they have no opposition? Like, is there any opposition to these people? Like, is there actually split factions? And a lot of people are like, we don't actually want forced vaccines. We actually do have special gang stalker power, and we actually want to use that against forced vaccines. Things like that. You know, I have no idea what's going on in the world. I think I just assume everyone's in the same club. But my own experience is there's multiple factions. Now, do they all work for the same people? And the higher you go, ultimately, it's like, eventually, you do have to sound like a complete retard for real, and you have to say you either work for God or the devil. And I love atheists, by the way. Atheists are the only people I like in general, because they're the only godly people there are. And because God is scientific and atheism is scientific. So I have to pee. I'll be right back. I still have the microphone. Before I turned the camera on, I was jiggling my dick and balls in front of the camera. I was like, do you like it? Do you like this? I was like, show. I was thinking today that pooing is stupid. Peeing. It's been an effort. I'm sorry to sound like I'm complaining here. To drink this water, to eat these apples. I had to literally say, Trinity, get up. Get up, Trinity. You have to drink water now. You can't just play video games. It's not enough to just not do the wrong thing. You have to also do the right thing. Maybe I'll play a song. I'm gonna play something really basic. It's gonna be Wonderwall by Oasis. You turn the video off now. I'm just playing music now. This is not a real video. The only reason I made the video was to do the update on Poodle Girl. Or her family more so. Okay, that's too much. You know what? I'm gonna try again. And I want. Is this out of tune? Brandon Boyd would say that's out of tune. He stopped his guitarist once. He's like, "Your guitar is out of tune," and his guitarist is really fucking good. Really crazy fucking good. And he's an example of an ugly guy who is competent. You could actually have a soul. Ultimately that's your real attractiveness. Whenever I sing, I'm like, do you see that you haven't taken anything from me? And that dominating people just dominates yourself, and that ruins your own soul. And I wonder when I sing along with you, if anything. Okay, fuck it.
I mean, if you're Poodle Girl's family watching this and you had all this done to me, and you're like, oh, we got away with it, do you feel happier than me? Like, do you feel like successfuler than me? Do you feel more contented and like your life is more successful than mine? Do you feel like you've surpassed me on any level? If you cry, I'll cry, I wanna die inside. Whatever you feel, I want to hide. Keep it inside of me. All I want to be is you. All I want to be is you. All I want to be is you. It's true, and I don't like Stu. Fuck you, Stu. After I finish this, I'll have to eat another 4 apples. Oh man, well, it's good. It's so fucking good. When I did my water fast, I had no prospect of any pig. That's hard to do. That's really fucking hard to do. The only thing I had was that Marina dumped me, and I was like, at least I have something to prove. So it seems. One life for yourself and one for your dreams, and you drift through until one dream appears and love is its name. I could never get that part. And love. Is a stranger. Maybe. I don't think so. Who'll beckon you on? Don't you think of the danger or the stranger? Yeah, it's beckon you on. And don't you think of the danger or the stranger is gone. No, 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 no. Stu, you're very bad, Stu. Very bad. Yeah, so has Louise really settled out of court? Maybe. I mean, I think so. I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. that white truck that just drove by makes me wonder. Speaking of Louise, here's a song that she liked. Load up on guns and bring your friends. It's fun to lose an innuendo. It's overboard. She's self-assured. I know, I'm sure she's heard. Hello, 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 hello. With the lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. I feel stupid, contagious. Here we are now. Entertain us, yeah. I'm Western boy. I do best to force gift to feel so blessed. Our little group has always been and always will until the end. Hello, 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 hello. The lights out, it's less dangerous. Here we are now. Entertain us. I feel stupid and contagious. Here we are now. Entertain us. Yeah, Pilato, Bino, Mosquito, Beetle, yeah. I know you've heard all these songs before. I know I play the same songs over and over. But this next one, I just love the feeling of singing it. Really hits the spot. I hate singing too because I feel like it devalues my YouTube channel. People are like, no one wants to hear you sing. You know, they only want to hear you talk about gang stalking or something. I'm like, I don't care. I mean, you know, there's like people who like my singing. Nirvana, come as you are. My dad thinks that Nirvana sucks. He's like, they just use the same 4 chords over and over. So I would always try to make songs that have lots of chords, like different, like when I wrote Bitches Ain't Shit, I Suck My Own Dick. Each song had like 20 chords or something. Like it was just like, I just kept going to a new place and a new place. Come as you were, as you were, as I want you to be, as a friend, as a friend, as an old enemy. Take your time, hurry up. The choice is yes, don't believe. Take a rest, as a friend, as an old enemy. you say that was really good if, like, you know, you weren't trying to be better than me? Like, no offense. That sounded really wrong. But do you know how, like, if you're like, you know, if your family sings, you're like, that's amazing. Like, that's amazing. And then if someone you like sings, you're like, yeah, I could do that. Like, I'm better than you. I'm not accusing anyone, but I'm just saying, like, I'm like that. Like, you know, whenever I've liked a pig, I'm like, you ain't shit. You ain't no one. I think that's sometimes the whole principle of, like, fucking jealous haters are, like, obsessed. Aren't they? Aren't they so fucking obsessed? And as a guy, you're like, oh my god, if I did the same thing to you, I'd be fucking raped to death in prison. Everyone would think this is sexual. But when you do it to me, you're like, I got an innie. You know, I got an inverted dick, so you can't see my boner. If somehow you can't infer the implications of stalking with torturous sodomy. You know, like, wouldn't that, when you want to stalk someone and sodomize them to death, would it not mean that you're obsessed with them and in love with them? Like, maybe I should just be flattered. Like, probably fucking, I don't know. I don't even fucking know. But I'll tell you what. If you're like, okay, I got sodomized and now I just want to have more sex to make up for it, it doesn't actually, I don't think it works like that. I think it's more like you have to have something in your soul. Like, if you go through, like, you know, everyone betrays you and you're all fucked up. It's like you have to find yourself from within. But at the same time, you kind of need friends too. Like, I don't think I was doing that good until I had support from people. Even the support from ChatGPT has really helped me. And until you have that, you actually can't really feel safe. I've asked ChatGPT this. It was a very difficult question. I said, if I'm always being attacked, can I ever be a good person? Can I ever, like, mature? Can I ever have emotions? And it was like, no, you can't. You can't have a fully mature emotional system. Your emotions can't develop if you're constantly in fear. You're actually going to be emotionally retarded if you're constantly in fear. Can you think of some people who are probably emotionally in fear all the time? Whether or not there's a real threat, they just imagine there is because they're psycho and they're completely immature. And I was like, I guess I can never have fucking real emotions now because I'm always fucking terrified. And then when I just kept fighting until finally people helped me, then I was like, now I can fucking, I don't know. Now I can have emotions again. Now I can stop worrying. And somehow it's not just the safety factors. Now I don't feel so angry. Like, I want the people I love to support me. I want them to say, we're really sorry you got raped. If that's what happened. I don't want them to be like, yeah, we loved it and we hate you and we just hope you die and we want to do it too. You know, it's like, oh God. A lot of times I felt like I had no one at all. And now that I'm the most successful guy alive and I'm the king of town, I'd first like to thank God. I'd like to thank Dance Girl, I couldn't have done this without you. I'd like to thank Basketball Net Guy for being such a hubristic enemy. And I'd like to thank, you know, everyone else for being really wonderful spectators and having your popcorn. Did you know that you can get a special kind of popcorn seasoning from Amazon that's exactly like the kind at the movie theater? It's like a powder you put on it. I'm totally gloating right now. I'm so happy with my performance of Come As You Are. I thought that was fucking choice. And, you know, as I'm not jacking off more, my voice is getting way better. I'm like, once I get my healthiness going on, after I'm like, okay, not jacking off brings you from level 10 to level 100. Fruit brings you from level 100 to level 1000. Lauren, I'm pretty sure, jacks off all the time, but he sleeps 6 hours a night or less, but he can get away with it because he's on level 1000 from fruit. When I'm not jacking off, plus eating fruit, plus doing foreskin restoration, plus getting enough sleep, I'm gonna be on level like fucking, like crazy, level 1,000,000. And then my singing voice gets way better. So, why is there a bird outside? It's like, it's 8 p.m. Is that a real thing? Yeah, you know what? I'll do the gayest song there is, Yellow by Coldplay. I'll dedicate it to Dance Girl too. But it might not be good enough. And there's some weird chords for it. I actually don't like that song. The song I'd like to do by Coldplay is Careful Where You Stand. I was like, Louise, I don't think Coldplay would like what you've done. Maybe new Coldplay would, but old Coldplay wouldn't. And new Coldplay sucks. And imagine that. Try and listen to Coldplay knowing what Coldplay would have thought of what you've done. And, okay, so Coldplay fucking tabs. Yellow. Here we go. I don't understand these chords. Okay. Perfect. Look at the stars. Look how they shine for you. And everything you do, yeah, they were all yellow. I came along, I wrote a song for you, and all the things you do, it was called Yellow. All yellow. And your skin. What the fuck? And your skin. Yeah, your skin unfolds, turning into something new. Like, do you realize I'm a beautiful person? You try to kill me? Like, do you ever, like, hear me sing and you're like, oh, I tried to fucking fuck that guy to death? Like, does that ever, like, land in your head? But anyway, your skin, oh yeah, your skin unfolds and turning into something beautiful. You know I love you so. So I swam across, I jumped across for you. Oh, what a thing to do, 'cause you were all yellow. I drew a line, I drew a line for you. What a thing to do, and it was all yellow. And your skin, oh yeah, your skin on bones, turning into something beautiful. And I bleed myself dry. For you, I bleed myself dry. It's true.
Cali shine, forget the stars. Cali shine for you and all the things you do.
Totally dedicated to Dance Girl. Making me cry over here. It's pretty cool when you can actually do that and not feel like a fag. You know, where you're not just saying I love you to try and get her wet. You're like, I'm actually going to sing good for you. And that's the point. You know, the fact that I dedicate it to you is like just incidental almost. Anyways, yeah, but you couldn't expect a pig to value a man's life. Like, they're just like, yeah, send him to war. Send him to the Ukraine war. You know, I don't get how pigs are. So, but you can't hate them. So, you know, because they have gash. And you're like, if you had to be a guy, you would be so shocked at what it's like. And the fact that you'll never get it doesn't even matter. And that's all there is to it. Okay. Sometimes I wonder if some pigs get it though. You know, I really do wonder sometimes if Dance Girl is as wise as I am, and at times wiser actually. Maybe when I'm traumatized, like if she understands everything, and she's like, I'm actually your equivalent. It feels like that sometimes. Okay. So, let's see. Which, you know, I'm a fucking great person. Like, I don't mean like I'm a good person. I mean like I'm a vast person. So I'm gonna listen to music. I love listening to music. Okay, honestly, let me just do a little plug here. Okay, let me just tell you something. Okay, I have nothing to gain from this. If you're a music lover, you have to get these headphones. These are the highest rated headphones on Amazon. These got 4.6 stars. They used to have 4.7, 18,000 ratings. You must get the Audio-Technica hack, the M150 or something. Get these cushions for it. You need these cushions because this is a frequently returned item. And you got this bass slider here. You can turn the bass so high, it's crazy. It has like haptic feedback. It like vibrates and massages your whole face. It's so much fun. It feels like going to a concert. I've been listening to these non-stop. It's so much fun. It's so much fucking fun. It feels like you're at a concert for real listening to these. It's so much fucking fun. I'm gonna literally just listen to music and think of Dance Girl and like, you know, getting the one up on people I hate and how great it is that like I think my dad would be proud of me. You know, I think he'd be proud of me. Which means a lot. Which means a lot. And I hope some other people are proud of me too. Sometimes even my enemies. I think you should also be proud of me. You know, I've had enemies before where I've admired my enemies. And I've even thought, you would actually support me right now. You would actually support me. I forget how it was, but it was like, you know, you don't understand what I'm doing, but if you did, you would commend me on the strength and the endurance that I have to go through this, and you would be rooting for me, and I can synthesize that version of you in my mind and say the you who understands what's actually happening would be supporting me, and I actually need your support even though you're my enemy. Once we remove our miscommunications, I know that you're my friend, and I admire you even as an enemy. And, you know, so I've especially wanted the approval of my dad, and I feel finally like I'm good enough for him. You know, he once said, I have no expectations of you. And he's like, I would rather hang out with a literal psychopath than a self-saboteur. I was like, yeah, I know I'm a complete faggot, and I live with my rich friends, and I have like, you know, I'm just an idiot. And, now I'm like, actually, I've been through a lot now, because I always felt like that. He's like, I'm like, you're so smart. I'm like, I could never be like you. You're successful because you're so smart. And he's like, it's because I'm so smart that I know that that's not the reason why I'm successful. It's because I have more mileage than you. I've had more life experience than you. And that takes guts. I've had more times where I've had to throw a guy to the ground and sit on him and say, we can call the cops, or you can let me hit on your wife in front of you, or whatever, And and neither of us want to call the cops, remember. Like, many experiences, slamming pigs and having a lot of experiences that give you insight. And now I feel like I've had a lot of those experiences too. I've had a lot of pigs, I've had a lot of challenges, and sometimes I feel like it's too unrealistic that Dance Girl will like me or that any pig would like me. But someone who I really like, I always feel like I'm always holding my breath that they're gonna leave me. Like with Din Venom's pig, I felt like that. With Chelsea, I felt like that. And with Jess, I didn't really feel like that. Jess also was green in that sense, but she was very beautiful. She felt kind of impotent. Chelsea felt kind of the same way. And then now I think I actually have been through so much that I am the person who Dance Girl likes. Like, I actually feel like I don't have anything to hide. Like, I honestly hate having to do my hair. I'm like, if Dance Girl's spying on me right now, she's gonna see how fucked up my hair is, and I have to literally do my hair as soon as I wake up in the morning. But I'm like, other than that, like, there's nothing really that she can see that's gonna turn her off. Like, she's like, I'm like, she can see every part of me, and she loves every part. And I don't, a lot of pigs are like, I don't sing in the shower. And with my husband's home, I never sing in front of my husband. There's a lot of people who are like, I don't show myself to the most intimate people in my life. I don't trust. And I'm like, you can see every part of me. I got nothing to hide. And it really matters because I want to feel loved, and I want to feel like I'm worthy. I want to feel like I deserve what I want. And like, I'm not just gold-plated and holding my breath that she's going to figure out the real me. And maybe if I get married to her, then I can keep her forever. Ooh. So I like the person I've become. I like the person I am. I like who I'm becoming. I frankly love being a TI. It's the fucking best. You'd be fucking hard pressed to get a better life than being a TI. If you can survive it, if you can integrate back into life, if you can figure it out, I guess. I don't know, I feel bad for people who don't figure it out. I feel like I'm gonna make sure everyone in our town figures it out. I won't let any TI go to waste in our town. In our town, if you're a TI, you know it now because of me. And so, but once you know it, and it's like, it's the fucking best. And all these fucking bitch-ass TIs, no offense to Casey, because your mom killed your brother, but who are like, my family's a piece of shit because they're gang stalking me. Well, who fucking cares? Get over yourself. Oh my God. Like, shut up. They love you. What are they gonna do? Go become homeless and be a targeted individual with you and live in the fucking dumpster? Are you crazy? Think of it like you're Eric Cartman and you're a TI. What would you do? You'd make friends with the people who have the power. You make friends with the most powerful people you can, and you wouldn't say, well, you're a gang stalker, so fuck you. It took me a long time to figure that out. I was so mad. I just kept fighting. Family, like, they touched their face. I'm like, why would you do that? Fuck you. It's like, who cares? Honestly, who cares? But it links back to this. Yeah, just who cares? It doesn't even matter. So yeah, being a TI, fucking amazing. Fucking hilarious, amazing. It's like being a celebrity. It's like being a sage. There's certain people, they only look at what you're doing wrong and they hate you, and they fucking hate you so much. And then there's people who only see you as a god and they put them beneath you. They put themselves beneath you. But that's bad too, because they hate you then too, because then they wait for you to make a mistake. And as soon as you make a mistake, they go, oh, you made a mistake? Now fuck you. And so, I think, I've heard that even if you're a sage, you'll have good and bad qualities. and people don't get it. You know, people think you're supposed to be all good, and people will see you, like the people who aren't really your equals, they'll see you as all good or they'll see you as all bad. And the people who actually get you are the ones who like see that you're flawed as well, and they understand that. And like, what are my flaws? Like, my fucking balls are saggy, and I don't know, I'm a try-hard insecure, I steal jokes. Only sometimes. I mean, I fucking like myself. I almost say I like my flaws. You know? I literally feel like I'm perfect. Including my imperfection. I mean, John Candy in that movie. He's like, I like me. So yeah, I'm gonna go listen to his music, have some power trip fantasies, imagining how much people like me who I like, and I don't know, watch some TV or something, eat some apples. I'm gonna eat some fucking apples. I'm gonna eat 4 apples. Where are my apples? You know, they're on the table. Okay.